good life, the good life. Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life, the good life.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the farm. So today is another eventing vlog. So last week we did the Derek Laddie Clinic and that was amazing. We got to spend some time out on the Innervale cross-country course, working on ditches and water. If you missed that vlog, check it out. And then we also got to work a little bit on our show jumping. We worked on gymnastics, but yeah, so that was part 2 of last week's vlog. And this weekend, today, we are heading back to Innervale. I'm taking Popcorn on his very first event. So it's a training level event. It's a 1-day. We are doing the Grasshopper, which is the lowest level. So we are scheduled for this afternoon. So I'm busy marking out stalls and I'm going to ride Diesel now, get him worked before we pack up and leave. But it is going to be a fun day. So Grasshopper is tiny. It literally is the eventing is just logs. And today is all about getting Pops to just relax, enjoy himself and not be so stressed out. So yes, can he jump higher jumps? Of course he can. But really today is about just getting him to settle in. The show jumping will just be cross rails. So yeah, we'll see. He tends to get very excited and very tense. And so we're just working on that, just exposing him to these events and getting him to just relax and take a chill pill and realize that it's not such a big deal. I'm not taking Pearl today because after the clinic last week, I felt like this followed on too quickly. We didn't have enough time in between last weekend's clinic and the event this weekend to really kind of build on and work on what she learned. And so I think we'll be taking her to a show at the end of the month. But so it's just Pops and I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time.
So number 1 is the little grasshopper fence. So it's teeny weeny. Really, Pops should be doing the starter, not the grasshopper. But we know he can do the height. So the height is not the issue. The issue is that we need him to relax and calm down and be chill between his fences. So from 1, we come down this little rise around the trees to number 2. And all the grasshopper fences are all little logs. So there's number 2. So we are currently doing a little bit of warm-up before the dressage test, but we're running ahead of schedule, so although she kind of set aside 30 minutes of time for warm-up, there's only like 1 or 2 horses ahead of her right now, which means that she can go pretty soon, but she also might just wait a while so that Popcorn can cool his britches. So Mom is up on her turn and haven't rung the bell yet. So she's just circling, trying to get Popcorn to settle down. Because the hardest part of the test for him is the free walk. And if she breaks into a jog during the free walk for more than a couple strides, it'll count as a missed test, not just as a penalty. So what he's doing right now is what we want to try and avoid, because that will count as a jog. And that's not good.
Yeah, it was the other one. So the bells just run. She can begin her pattern. And this is USDF intro test A. So it begins at trotting down the center line. And we're looking for a nice straight. He's pretty collected. He gets behind the bit, but... And then it's a medium walk after X. There's no halt in the beginning.
Like Rachel says, Pups does have a tendency to be very tense and to overbend through the neck. And it's really hard to get him to lengthen his neck and relax. And he does want to come behind the bit. However, I do think for a Grasshopper intro test A, the judge was quite harsh in her scoring. Like this circle, the 20-meter circle, I feel was not bad. I mean, it was a good shape. He kept a fairly steady rhythm, even though there was tension. But she gave us, she gave us a 6 for that. And same with this change rein across the diagonal. Again, the whole test, he was very tense, and I was just working really hard on just not having him break into a canter. Oh, he has these little pop bucks that he does. Oh, and then he made a poop and he broke gate. I knew that she would mark us down for that. She gave us a 5 for that. And then our downward transition, this downward transition was pretty bad. She gave us 4.5 because he really twisted his head, opened his mouth, resisted, jogged. So yeah, I can understand that. With the changing rein across the diagonal, I just didn't even try and give him a lengthened rein. I knew that if I did, he would break into a jog. So I just kind of, that one was a foregone conclusion that he would get marked down for that. Yeah, I'll turn up the center line here. I don't think was that bad. She obviously thought it was. I guess he did jog a little bit there, so I guess that's why she gave us a 5 for that.
And whoa. It kind of square hold. He stopped still. That's important. Okay. It wasn't a total disaster. We didn't get a bell, which is a nice thing. It means she will get a score. Just doing a little quick change to the jumping gear, so we can use all that energy for good instead of evil.
He was really good. I mean, I was, compared to his warm-up, in the warm-up he was very joggy and very tense. I feel like he did really well once he got in the arena. Settled down nicely. Good guy.
So what do you think you're going to score on your dressage test, Mom?
I think it was a pretty good test. I mean, I'll only get like a 6 for the halt maybe. And yeah, and when he broke there, but the rest I think like maybe 7s.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on lights in the fast lane life, riding high, reaching for the sky. I had it all but lost and fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end. Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day.
Yay! So Mom just went and harassed the judges.
Yes.
Because she saw on the score box, the online score sheet, that they'd given her a 4-point penalty in the show jumping arena. And I filmed it, and when I filmed it, I mean, it was close, but we were like 95% sure it was under 1 minute and 30 seconds, because I filmed the whole round. And she went and checked with them, and they had put her down as 1 minute 43.
43, yeah.
Which is 13 seconds over, and my video showed that she was at 1 minute 29. So we got a penalty removed, and it moved her from 7th place to 5th place. For now. We're awaiting cross country.
Yes.
Just doing a little warm up, trying to get him to stay calm and cool over the jumps. Popcorn's main problem is going to be going too fast. So Mom's got a stopwatch on her wrist, and the optimum time is 3 minutes 10 seconds, and the penalty time is 2 minutes and 19 seconds. So she's aiming for somewhere between 2:30 and 3 minutes as her time. She's got a stopwatch. And off she goes through yonder. What the heck is he doing? There we go. Through the trees by the easy up and oh, come on, that's gonna count as a refusal.
So unfortunately, we had a bit of a rough start. He just was not wanting to leave the other horses. He was just so freaked out. He wasn't worried about the jumps. He was just like all over this. He wanted to move sideways instead of forward. Anyway, I managed to push him through that. We got over number 3, and then he settled down into a better rhythm, but he just kept wanting to just take off with me. So I had to bring him back to a trot to get him over the bridge, and try and just get a little bit of control back. So it was a very stop-start, just crazy kind of ride. It wasn't our best effort. And you will see after this between 6 and 7. So I let him canter on a little bit. I thought, okay, let me just try and establish a little bit more of a rhythm. And then he just tried to take off around to number 7, and I ended up having to kind of brace myself and just pull against him, which looked very beautiful, but I just didn't want him to hurl himself. Oh gosh, that was terrible. That was terrible. He was fighting me. You can't really see it on the video, but he was totally fighting me the whole way around. He just was so strong. Plus he just flew through the water, no problem. I wasn't expecting any problem. But yeah, he was not very fun to ride. I'll just put it that way. Got through our final fence. So crazy. And of course yeah. It was a bit of a wild ride.
See out the other side? There we go. We were good on time. Let's see if we got a refusal.
So they did count it as a refusal, and you can see here in slow-mo why they did. So he moves sideways and then steps back and then goes forward. So although he wasn't in fact refusing the jump, we were close enough that it counted as a refusal.
And the other thing is, I realized afterwards, I thought the flags were for the water were one on the red one right on the right and the white one on the left.
Yeah.
But there was also a white one in the middle, so I don't know.
Everyone went different ways to the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then the ones that refused, they had to go around to that little log jump.
yeah. So I mean, obviously he just shot through the water, no problem, because he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about anything. He just gets so strong
Yeah.
that, like, oh my word. Hey, buddy. You are just a piece of work.
So overall, would you say it was a good ride, or?
No. I mean, he jumped the jumps nicely, but he just was like really, really strong. I mean, he was trying to run away with me is what he was trying to do. He like had the bit between his teeth and he just wanted to go. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out the bit situation, I think, to find a bit that is strong enough that he will respect it, because he's in a happy mouth snaffle. It's like one of the softest bits, but the people we bought him from used to ride him in a double twisted wire, which is one of the hardest, strongest bits, which obviously we don't want to do, but we have to find something in between that he'll respect but that won't make him freak out.
Yeah.
You want your scores, Mom?
I would love a glass of wine is what I would love. I
Do
wish
you
we had
have
ice.
a corkscrew? We
Huh?
don't have a corkscrew. Yeah.
We don't have a, what the heck, why did you buy one with a...
We assumed the wine that costs $3 would have a screw top, not a
What is the score?
the score.
You guys are useless.
I was like, gee. So for dressage, she got a 46.9
Out of what?
and 60. You want a lower score.
Oh, you want a lower score?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she did worse than she thought she would.
So when you say you just wanted to go, why didn't you let him?
Because it would be dangerous. I can't like let him just gallop flat out like he's on a race course. Like, he has to, you know, be thinking about and looking at the jump and focused on what he's doing, and like you can't just be like gung ho. Okay, let's go. Let's have a little flat out gallop across the cross country.
That's how your dad used to ride.
Yeah, sure. No, it's not. Well, that was a little disappointing because the one hesitation that he had at the second jump, he kind of vacillated and he sort of wiggled a little bit on the way into it, but I felt like he hadn't stepped back. So it shouldn't have been counted as a refusal, but they counted it as a refusal, so he got 20 penalties for that. So that put us in 5th place in the end. So we got clear on the cross country, clear on the show jumping. We had a not great dressage score. The judge judged him pretty harshly, I think, but he was very tense, to be fair. He was very tense. And then yeah, cross country. He was clear on time, but he kind of had that little swervy ride into jump number 2, which you saw on the video, so they counted that as a stop. But all in all, I was pleased with the dressage. I was pleased with the show jumping, all things considered. This was his first ever cross country course. He was very strong, so we'll have to figure that out, put him in a different bit. Erica would never have been able to deal with him. He was like a freight train. But yeah, and these ladies over here did a great job videoing, so thank you girls, my support team, Rachel and May. They videoed, and hope you enjoyed the brought lunch, brought the wine, but no corkscrew, so that was an epic fail, but we'll forgive them. Anyway, like and subscribe the video, and we will see you next week back at the farm.
So I'm trying to get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day, heading back to what used to be home, where every mile